I'm just gonna write this down here.
Yeah, I mean you have to come out here earlier and earlier to enforce that type of
Sure.
rule.
Yep.
Because it's constantly changing. Every day is it's constantly changing with that type of rule.
Right.
So it's.
Oh, okay, so now you're just making your way into Walmart, gonna park there for a while.
I'd like to go to Walmart. It shouldn't be. It's not that far, and I just stay the night, and then I actually like to spend a couple days in Hutchinson and explore around the area. There are a couple parks I saw. I'm not coming back to this park, but yeah, I'm not. Yeah, well, not because of him. I see you're laughing.
I thought that's what
I could see that association, but no, I just wanted to check out other parks. I like seeing new and different places. I've been traveling for quite a while, and it's just it's interesting to see the differences in the areas and stuff.
Okay. No, I get it. I understand. I don't think we have any problems here.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good. All right.
All right.
Yeah, if you could let him know, I mean no ill intentions in the future.
Sure.
So it put his mind at ease, because that's what he's probably worried about is later. So,
exactly.
I have no ill intentions. You got my name if something does happen now.
Yeah, we're good.
So, all right.
We're good. You have a good night. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
You too.
An associate has been paged.
So there's a craft and vendor show today. The people seem to have slept here overnight. The people selling things, they got all kinds of RVs around. A craft show, and then a gun show too. A craft and gun show, but they're in different buildings. And then that shows. So the gun show is $5 to walk around. I bet the craft show is probably free, but I'm not going in either really. God, I'm slow. These geese that just went over my head, right over the gun show. I'm like, wow, geese over a gun show. That might be bad timing for them, but I can't even get the camera on fast enough. I think this is a dog pound. Gee. Next to the theater. Oh, they can put out the dogs. It's closed. Animal shelter is closed. And they got all kinds of information about their special guest star. And cats too. I just think this is a really neat setup. They got the theater, a fairgrounds, animal shelter. It's got the gun show and the craft show going on. And it's just a short walk from the Walmart. And a neat entrance. You don't see many entrances like this for fairgrounds. It's a pretty nice fairground, even in the center. The center has a even nicer open wall shelter. Gonna see what they got here at this theater. But first I want to get up. Oh, that's just lights. Okay. Lights shine into the roof. It's like, what is this thing? Next week, they got a free movie at this movie theater sponsored by a dentist office. That's quite a promotion. think I'm at some kind of a cash wise, and I just want to record this. I find this quite interesting. I've seen these changes in the building style, the construction. Look at this. There's a staircase that goes down to a brick wall. Used to be a door. For what? I don't know. But I find it interesting. It's just a worthless staircase now. They put all that effort in. A revolving door in Cashwise? It just continually moves? Is that able to stay warm? Right, I'm in Hutchinson, and I guess I might be on the outskirts. But they got this here, archery club, Little Crow Archery Club. And I think it's kind of neat the way they got it set up. They just kind of angle the targets as they get further back, so you could stay in one spot and shoot all the different distances, the 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 range for practice. Nobody out here now on a Saturday. Alright, just down from the archery range, we got it's a state trail. I guess it doesn't say here, but this is interesting to me. The Minnesota Horse Trail Pass. You need to buy a pass for your horse. I've never seen that before. And it looks like it's still pavement for a ways down. Even if if it's not exactly an off pavement trail. And the mosquitoes are awful still right now. Alright, I got 219, but it might actually be 319 because I have to manually adjust the time on my phone. And I'm approaching the museum's outdoor displays. I might be too late for indoor Saturday. It's kind of neat. I got a steel jail cell for display, and then an old cabin, 2-story or really tall roof. What is this? The Van Dork Iron Works, Cleveland, Ohio. I guess you can just go right on in. It looks like you can get your picture taken, and then iron cage, no floor, and then they got the cabin, 2 displays in back, and then it's unnaturally filled in with they filled in the spaces unnaturally with a real fine let's see, cement, a fine cement. It looks like you can look right in. Open the windows up. And obviously a loom. Oh, maybe better to, I don't know. It's a loom, old loom. What the heck is that? They used to use some, looks like an old piece, handmade something. Were these purposely supposed to remain closed? Hard to say. Wash tub. You don't see those in Walmart. Or this iron kettle. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's too heavy for one hand. Is that corn? It's driving corn? Natural beauties of nature. I don't know about this. Maybe these animals got hit by cars, and then that's why they're keeping them. It's so weird though. I walked by 2 deer that don't get quite as scared as wild deer, but so weird to see. Right, this place actually kind of stinks. Look at this, they're throwing trash. All this trash, excess trash all around. I saw people throwing things over the fence. they're abusing this. It's got kind of a bad smell. Alright, I'm a little scared of catching a disease. It stinks here, like they're butchering the birds. There's probably some dead birds in that pond. And then when somebody drives by, they stir up all that dust from whatever disease those birds are carrying. Gets stirred up in the dust. It's got me a little scared about catching something. You know, that 10 grain seems to cause me some real problems. Last time I had the gut inflammation. This time I got like a real bloody nose. I got a headache, so I laid down because I was actually tired too. And then I was really wiping the heck out of my nose, and then suddenly I noticed blood, a lot of blood. Like there's some problem, big problem with some grain in that, and I'm down to either the soy or the rice. Out of the 10 grains, I think those two are the biggest culprits. But I also got a question if the tomato sauce, cayenne pepper contributed to the pressure in my head and the bloody nose. I just wonder, it's a combination. Sometimes it's combinations, not just the 10 grain cereal. This stuff. It also could be timing of meals before that set me up. The early mosquito gets the blood. A lot of people have said that I've got like a miracle car that can last forever or something like that. But really, it's like I don't let the car engine run for an hour in the parking lot, just sitting there. Like I just got drove out of my car because I didn't really feel like moving it because somebody pulled up and they're upwind from me, so their car exhaust, and I think they're smoking too, pulled right in the wind path, blowing all their exhaust right into my car. They parked right next to me, and I just got out, and now I'm kind of trying to wait them out. I don't know. It's like a lot of these people, the people that sit in the parking lots with their headlights on and their cars running, and I can hear their music, smell their smoke. They could sit for an hour sometimes. I don't do that with my car. That's why it lasts. Alright, there's a very persistent burn smell in downtown Hutchinson. I'm around the library in this park. I looked at the map, I think it's because of the 3M factory. It's a huge complex. It's 3M. I've been to other 3Ms that put out some really awful pollution. So this is a very toxic city, downtown. I didn't notice the terrible burn smell at the Walmart. I don't think it's these guys. Yeah, they got kind of their own smell. The road tar and all that. Now the persistence burning smells like metal, like burning metal, but it kind of saps my energy. The burning smell seeps inside the library. I was breathing it in the whole time, and I think it reaches the South Park where I left my car. I think I want to move away further outside the city a little bit for the rest of the day. Seeing those kids run around in this toxic area makes me think, what's most important? living in a clean environment or having the best money put forth into education. I think the clean environment outweighs the best money for an education. As happy as I was to find such perfect shade for the evening time, it's rare to find such good shade that's open. The toxic pollution in this city from the 3M plant, another 3M plant, makes this not sustainable. So food banks may not have any standards for putting an expiration date. They smell like piss. They taste awful. They are old. They are certainly expired. Wow. What a bad smell. And then also, these shelled walnuts, these are bad too. No expiration. Whatever M9203 stands for, I don't know. They gotta go. Boil this stuff. I boil this knapweed. I boil it. Looks nice out here. They just had a little infestation, but it's not exactly an infestation if it's useful. Didn't quite take over this spot. I boil that stuff. I'll have exclusive. I'll fill 2 pots of knapweed. I don't really see anything else out here in the immediate area. Just need some gloves and it's good to go. That's it. That's the only challenge. Alright, starting the cook time at 9:30. Cook time at 9:30. Doing some catfish in the steamer bowl and then potatoes to serve as the steam in this softball park. Right, for preparing my catfish, it's pretty much done. I want to put lemon juice in there with actual lemons, and I toasted some bread, and it's always been a pain to deal with these seeds, but I'm wondering if maybe a good strategy could be just to squeeze the lemons over the bread, let the bread soak up all the lemons, and then expose the seeds. And I got several pieces of bread, so I'll soak up the lemon juice for several lemons and several pieces of bread, and have the seeds on the top I can just scrape off, I think. I also want to comment that it is much easier to squeeze these lemons because I use my big walking sticks. Look at that, I can squeeze a lemon with one hand because I've really improved my pinching strength. So you don't want to get pinched by me because I've been handling these big old walking sticks. Yep, here are my hands.
How's it
What's up?
going?
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is this is not a park for camping.
What makes you think I'm camping?
All the camping equipment, the pot, the the looks like food preparation here.
Okay.
So
Well, so what? That's picnicking.
well, but
What's
you're
the
not supposed to be doing it here at Roberts Park.
You're not.
So there's a campground in town you can certainly go camp at, but
I don't understand. Like this is a park, and I mean, there's things out and all that, but I mean, I don't have
Sure.
what like. You guys have a specific definition for camping? Then you're saying you in your little ordinance rule book, Barry. You got some kind of camping ordinance, because I mean
2216 road.
there's campsites where they have designated like tent areas, and they'll say this is a campsite. Have you seen those?
Okay. Well, this park is
But-
used for sporting activities,
Okay.
and then also for the playground equipment. So
Okay. Well, what do you
see?
see? What's this little thing? What do you call this little thing over here? This little
2216.
this
I
little-
apologize. Could you go again? I was
this little
talking with the
miscolored.
gentleman here.
Oh,
Registered to a Travis William Heinze, out of Washington, showing license. Washington is there.
2216. I copy.
Are-
Well, that's that's a walking path
for the sports people.
for people to walk, that type of
All
thing.
right.
It looks like
Were
you have
you-
a bicycle.
were
You bike them too?
Were you called out here?
Yes.
Okay. And it's probably the park manager guy that,
Yep.
that made that call. All right. Yeah. As soon as I pulled in here, it's like, I mean, it's an open area.
Mhm.
There's a place that you just hang out.
Yeah, it's a big
and-
parking lot. It's for use for when people play sports out here. Obviously, there's ball fields down here. Some people play sports, that type of thing.
Okay.
So the parking lot
So
is used for
how
that.
how would you fully describe this property then for their
It's-
use? How would you describe the proper use for this property?
It's a park.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Well, the park is pretty open-ended,
Yep.
so there's a lot that goes on in a park
Yep.
that you can define that's
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's calling
But
it,
this is not a camping park. There aren't any camping spots.
nope, I'm not looking
So-
for a camping spot. I mean, have you seen camping spots? They'll have the designated little maybe a sign or something to say this is a tent site or this is an RV site, and then you have the choice of sewer.
Okay, so you're
or-
Travis. Then you're the registered owner of the car.
you seem to be interrupting what I'm saying here. I'm trying to describe the difference between.
I know. You're
what-
probably
what are we-
filming a video for your YouTube. So,
Yep, still recording.
Okay. So I am too.
You are.
So-
I don't see. Oh, your little
Yep,
X
right
on.
there. Yep.
Is that the
So-
1, the 2, the 3?
So Travis.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna interrupt each other.
Yeah. So this
Barry?
is not for camping. So
Well,
obviously,
I don't
you're in the
think.
park. You're here.
I think you're in the wrong.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
So, what
don't-
charge would you want to? What do you want to charge me with? What is your
I'm
judge?
not charging you with anything.
What's
I'm
your
here
judge?
to have a conversation with you, Travis.
All right, let's talk
So
then.
we're having a
So,
conversation.
I'd appreciate if you don't interrupt me as I'm talking.
Okay. So,
Barry.
So I'll just make it short and sweet, Travis.
Okay.
The park hours are during the day.
Okay.
Okay. 10 p.m. at night.
I'll be out.
The park hours sounds good to me.
Okay. Thank you,
right.
Barry. Yeah.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hutchison
You bet.
Police. All right. Oh, just getting a shot of your car. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, this is the one time the verify for you cannot work for me. Look at this, it says, even if it's offline, Google says that, I'm offline because I already went through 1 hour of, and then I'd have to pay $6 for the day for this Wi-Fi here. Some service is offering 1 free hour, and then I did that on the phone already, and then I gotta pay $6, and I already used it on my phone, so now I can't verify, and it says you can do it offline, and I can't. This is ridiculous. At this park, they got dogs running on the baseball field. They got people illegally dumping trash, yet the cops target me for parking. Hey, I got a question. Are you guys cool if I wanted to throw some drywall in the dumpster?
No, not at all.
Oh, there's
Not a public dumpster.
Oh, it isn't? Oh, okay.
Meant for the park.
I saw somebody do that. I thought it was cool to do. What about if I want to walk? What's that? What about if I wanted to walk my dog off leash in the softball park? No? What? You guys don't let us have any fun.
Well, we have leaf laws in the town.
Yeah. Were you the one who called? Were you the caller that called the cops?
Well, we don't allow.
You called the cops?
We don't allow camping. I saw that you set up. Looked like camping.
Yeah.
So.
Made a good video. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Hey, it's up. Yeah, it's gonna get thousands and thousands of views. I appreciate that. You don't know about my channel. That's good. So yeah, well the cop gave me a pretty good hard time there. I'm not camping.
Well,
I'll be out. There's a curfew, 10 to 6, 10 at night to 6 in the morning or something.
5 a.m.
I'll be out. I'll be out. I'll be out. I'm not spending the night. I'm just. Oh, you're going off of past problems. Yeah. They stay the night and they trash the place. I'm like, you're picking on me, and there's people throwing drywall in the dumpster and walking their dogs off leash, pooping all over the place, and I'm getting picked on. But I'm just saying. So
I like those sticks, by the way.
good forearm exercise. I like the exercise part.
You buy those?
No, I had to cut them out of the woods. You just put some rubber chair tips on the bottom, and then it's good. Then it's good for concrete. So it's good exercise.
Have a good day.
All right. Yep. All right, in Glencoe, I got my car parked here, and that's for the evening shade. I like this little spot, but that doesn't look very good for evening shade. It would have been. Oh wait, no, it is. It is good for evening shade, actually. I should be parking here. I think I'm gonna move my car over here for the day. That way I'm isolated from the road. I'll be off the road. I was gonna comment that this is interesting how they got the baseball field and you can hit home runs into the cornfield. That must be amusing, especially this time of year before they harvest the corn. But yeah, I'm gonna move my car then. I'll just look at the sign, see what it says, but it looks like a regular parking spot. Picnic table, shade, pretty decent. Squirrel got itself some corn, taking a whole husk. And this is a camping area next to the softball fields. What I find interesting is that they got this warning about no drop-ins. So this person say they reserved ahead of time. No vehicle. They just leave their camper here, like another guy off in the distance. Dump stations over there. This is a really quiet, clean area. It's really weird. It looks like it might get really busy at certain times, and then other times like this, it's perfectly quiet. This little spot covers both morning and evening shade. I could park in the evening shade area, but they got the playground there. This Glencoe Park, what is it, Oak something Park, has a really good setup for shade. Nice shaded drive in. They're older trees, so this has been established a little bit longer than a lot of other places. These are not newly planted trees. Maybe 30 years ago they were newly planted. 40, 50 years ago, next to the swimming pool. And then there's more camping around the swimming pool as well. It's a really neat setup. Maybe they are able to keep it nice because the people are respectful, and well, maybe it's not that active anyway. Yeah, they drain the pool if they ever filled it for this past summer because of COVID. It's hard to tell. Yeah, this is the spot. See, if I had a taller vehicle, a bigger vehicle, I might not fit underneath these trees so easily. It's times like this, situations like this, where having a small car is pretty nice. Alright, so when you got your short sticks, I got 5 feet stick, 60 inches. It's nice to find somewhere to prop up my sticks for a good back stretch. Okay, so I get a pretty decent back stretch there. I'll show it from another angle. But you don't just need picnic tables, also anything higher. I could use even the seats, something like a rock or a higher elevation, stairs. They're all pretty decent for using if you got short sticks with you, if you need that back stretch. Wow, I don't know if anything even recorded. I was talking about the Glencoe County Sportsmans. Let me go back to that. Let's go to the sign that the recording failed. Alright, so I recorded that. I was just making comments about how I didn't think that the Sportsmans and Sanctuary really seem to go together well. These are definitely human bred, but they're still kind of like wild in a way. And they're just nuts. They lost their minds being stuck in this enclosure. You know what? You could tell when they go nuts when they just go back and forth like this. They're just back and forth against the wall. Like, you know, maybe at some point they'll get lucky and escape. I feel kind of bad for them. Sportsmans don't care though. All they are is meat. If I go on the other side, they'll come on this side, so it stinks. You know, when it stinks like this, I would want to leave. Like, my natural instinct would be to escape. Look at that, they're trying to get away from me. This pheasant and peacocks. Peacocks are kind of friendly, and generally they don't cage peacocks. Generally, the places I've been where there's peacocks, they don't cage them. But here they are. That's just a sportsman's mentality. They're just meat to them. They don't care. It's sad. It's actually sad to see. You know, we could watch them on YouTube or something. Jeez. To see them all caged up like that in stinky enclosures. They stink. They got nothing to graze on. I have kind of a, and there's supposed to be elk out there too. Elk caged up in small enclosures. I've kind of a unfavorable impression of these types of places. Thank you for your donations. I'd rather see them run out of money, honestly. I'd rather dry them up of their money so I have to close it down. Okay, the birds are in too small of an enclosure. If it stinks in any way, it's got to smell natural. Those birds are in too small of an enclosure. They gotta cut those numbers to a quarter of the size and take down some walls. Alright, that's inhumane. A small enclosure with too many of those things stinking up that small area. The goats generally do okay. They just come over to you. Hey, you wanna get a picture, a close up of my camera? Huh? I can't really do much with them. This goat has some kind of a swollen lymph node or something. Oh, this is the feed spot. Oh yeah, you pay for the grains, and then he comes over here, and then you throw it through the chute, huh? Is that how it works? 25 cents for whatever amount. And it's a pretty popular spot. People throwing vegetables over, and the goats can only eat so much, so there's a lot rotting on the ground. They're not doing a good job of restricting the diet. They're overfeeding goats. There's some unusual activity along this fence. The goats don't have that same activity. It actually stops where they're at. But this fence is being pushed out all throughout this enclosure. You can see all the bumps being pushed out. That's not the same in the goats enclosure. Some kind of animal's just pushing and pushing constantly against this fence. It might be the elk that are far off in the distance. Hey, this Wi-Fi is pretty good. It may be $6 per device for the day, but I got 3 devices. So I already used an hour on my phone. I still have an hour left on my laptop and then my tablet. So I could just space out use. Oh man. It's kind of neat just hanging next to a cornfield like this. I don't think I'll be doing this anytime in the near future again. Maybe though, because actually the corn production is greater further south. This is the northern corn. I was leaning my elbow on this bird poop, and my elbow started getting itchy. So clearly it's diseased. Don't touch that stuff. That is nasty. You know, a lot of old roller rinks have burnt down, but this one still stands. It no longer has a electrical box. It sits in the Gaylord Park. It looks like a neat setup. Also, that bandstand's pretty old. It's registered as a historic spot. I wonder if that phone number still is any good, because they don't have a power anymore. It'd be really cool to check it out. Well, you can get through. Oh, okay. But it's chained on the inside. You can get through the screen door. What does this say? Spectators? Okay. Ticket booth right here. There's got to be a way to be able to look inside there. Maybe there's pictures, I suppose, at the museum. Yeah, this is supposed to be a roller rink propped up on some concrete, the concrete footings. So it's elevated above the ground. So the roller rink is like a couple of feet above the ground. Looks like a sunrise in Gaylord. Whoa. Right in Gaylord, I find this very interesting. The fence is donated by Alliance Pipeline. Could that be an oil pipeline? I wonder. Alliance Pipeline. Is that the good that they're giving back to the community for making all the pipes through eminent domain territories? Right, so I'm just gonna carve the outer shell of this squash and cook it in some, boil it in my pot with a little water. Just thinking about the locally grown concept for areas makes me a little amused, because I mean, yes, this squash may be locally grown and it's something to take some pride in, but what about locally grown Minnesota bananas? I don't think those would turn out so well locally grown. Alright, I'm gonna try to cook poppy seed with the squash, see how that tastes. Alright, so I tossed out the seeds. I can't mess with those. I was put them on the colander thing, and I was gonna try to steam them, but that's not good enough. I'm gonna just finish cooking this till I got all the biggest chunks and the smaller chunks at least. I'm pretty surprised how nice of a park Gaylord has. I thought I was gonna get busy here, but it's not. Got the old skate park. I'm parked in the trees here. I'm practically parked in a forest, which is cared for. They're mowing the grass and taking out all the sticks that fall. And then there's a baseball field over here. Library is 0.8 miles straight down the 5th Street. So this green thing is for sale by owner. I got a for sale sign on it, but looks like it's been there a while. It does look old. I don't know where the electrical thing is. Yeah, they don't put any contact information, or it came off somehow. Near the railroad tracks, that's convenient. Alright, I'm not too enthused about this spot actually, now that I've gotten out and taken a look around. In New Ulm, ULM, I'm near a basketball court, which is never a good thing. There's not just a 1 or 2 pieces of graffiti, there's a lot. So, even on the parking lot, not a good sign. Definitely not a good sign. There's a chance that kids who put a lot of graffiti up probably got bullied in school, and this is kind of their way of getting back. They just leave their mark everywhere, because that's the only way they can fight back. I get the impression I'm dizzy, because I was dizzy on the drive to New Ulm. I'm dizzy because of the bad water I've been coming across the past few cities, Gaylord and Hutchinson. You taste that tap water, and there's just something wrong with it. I don't know what, but I couldn't drink it. It really slows down my rate of drinking, so I think I might be dehydrated. I still have some good water I'm gonna have to turn to. Alright, it's rare for me to find good vegetation, a wide variety of vegetation anywhere. I usually just have to settle on grass, but I don't have to settle only on grass here. I got stinging nettle, catnip, pokey, the knapweed, just a little dandelion, burdock leaf. I'll take a tip of the burdock leaf. A little bit, don't kill me. Good variety, not just grass.